Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, announcing the arrival of our chairman. You're welcome, Saturnia Lumelu, Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. Please can you give me a round of applause, Your Excellencies. Well, in his manner, he has to go around to welcome all our guests. As soon as he's done with that, we'll have Presh of the Urban Choir leading us in the Nigerian national anthem. I will allow our chairman to go ahead and exchange pleasantries with all our guests. BG Sirs. Thank you, BJ Sirs. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please, if you can we rise for the Nigerian national anthem? And to do that, we have one of the finest in Nigeria here with us, Presh.
Don't you ride, and tongue may differ in the road. Who do we stand? And I'm even so proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Oh. when all my needs are praised, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria will be blessed. Be
Thank you. You can be seated. I bet some of you have not heard our national anthem in this fashion before. Well rendered. Please, once again, a round of applause for Presh of the Urban Choir. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Heirs Energies, Africa's largest and indigenous-owned energy company, Nigerian Petroleum Industry Leadership Discourse of 2025. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, my name is Frank Oyakilome Richard, and I'm proud to be your host for this evening. Leadership Forum 2025, Growth Accelerated. I want to specially recognize here with us today the Honorable Minister for State for Petroleum. Please give me a resounding round of applause. You're welcome, Your Excellency. It's nice having you here with us. Also, Your Excellencies, we have the Chairman of Heirs Energy, the man we call the Chairman of Chairmen. Please join me to welcome our Chairman. You're welcome, sir. We recognize you specially. We also have the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Heirs Energy is here with us. Wherever you're seated, Mr. Managing Director, we recognize you. Members of leadership and members of the board of Heirs Energy is here present. Managing Directors, Chief Executive Officers of various subsidiaries of Heirs Holdings here present. We recognize you and you're welcome. The Special Advisor to the President on Energy, you're welcome. We recognize you. Members of our panel, stakeholders in the energy sector, our royal fathers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A lovely evening, Your Excellency, where we set the pace as one of Africa's leading company to set the discourse in leadership in the energy sector. Distinguished guests, tonight we have the rare privilege and honor to come up to welcome all of us on behalf of Heirs Energies, our chairman, a man we love so much. He is the chairman of Heirs Energy, chairman of Heirs Holding, the founder of Tony Elumelu Foundation, a true Nigerian, a man that is spearheading the Afri-capitalism. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please join me as he welcomes all of us as he makes his way to the podium. Our boss, Mr. Tony Elumelu, Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. Please can you give me a round of applause as he makes his way to the microphone and welcome all of us on this auspicious occasion. Is that the best we can do for our chairman, Your Excellencies?
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. First, I didn't know how to say anything. So I thought this was OSA's. Are you sure they didn't mean to invite the MD CEO? The MD CEO? So I beg, I'll invite OSA. But before then, please let me thank very, very profoundly our very, very distinguished guests here. The Minister of Petroleum has been introduced and recognized. You're welcome, sir. We have here the Chief Executive, Commission Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Kumolafe. Please, let's recognize him. Next to him, we have another doctor in performance, doctor in oil and gas, Demola Baru. Demola, thank you so much. And chairman of OPEC. You all, let's clap for our chairman of OPEC. No, they will best stand up. No, stand. They want to see your face. I want to recognize Executive Vice President of NNPCL, Doctor also. Dr. Ntia, please, my brother, stand up, later and recognize. We have on that table very powerful men. That's why when the MC said largest, I said, keep quiet. Keep quiet. We have on that table the Chief Executive Officer of Seplat, the enlarged Seplat, Mr. Roger Brown. Roger, you're welcome. And we have Alex, Doctor too, Dr. Alex here, Group Executive Director of United Bank for Africa PLC. So many great men and women I see on this table. The Chairman, CEO of Shell. In fact, Nigerian oil sector industry is in this room today. Shell, you all know Mr. Osage. Thank you so very, very much for supporting your own. Thank you for coming. We have a builder, an architect. He knows himself. Dr. Austin Awon. Austin, thanks so much. We have Mr. Oando, we have Mr. Slumbeje. You're all welcome. And of course, we have our own Dr. Mrs. Owen Omogafo, the President CEO of Transcorp Group. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming, honoring this event. This is being put together by Heirs Energies under OSA's leadership to help put forward, create a platform for us to talk about how to accelerate oil production in Nigeria by eminent industry leaders. I'm here to learn from you all. So let me call on Osa to take over the stage. Osa, over to you, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Please, once again, can you give me a round of applause? He's already invited our Managing Director, who happens to also be the moderator of this panel session. Engineer Osa Igehon is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Heirs Energies Limited, the operator of the NNPC to Heirs Energies OML 17 joint venture, an accomplished energy sector executive. He has over 30 years of experience, including nearly 3 decades at Shell, where he rose to the group vice president and played a key role in business transformation across multiple international assignments. Since leading Heirs Energies from its inception in 2021, he has built the company's structure and capabilities, doubled its production, and navigated major challenges like crude oil theft. Under his leadership, Heirs Energy is now recognized as one of Nigeria's top indigenous upstream companies. He deserves a round of applause, Your Excellencies. A thought leader and technocrat, Osa has experience spanning petroleum engineering, asset management, business strategy, and risk management. A committed member of the Society of Petroleum of Engineers, SPE, he has been recognized as a distinguished member of SPE International. He holds a degree in electrical and electronics engineering from the University of Benin. He's married with children. Please, can we give him a round of applause? He's going to be our moderator for this session. Next, joining him as one of our panelists for this lovely evening, Senator Heneki Lokobri, Nigeria's Honorable Minister for State, Petroleum Resources. A man we love so much, a seasoned leader with extensive experience in governance, lawmaking, and public administration. He is committed to policies that enhance energy security, attract investment, and position Nigeria as a global player in sustainable energy. Under his leadership, Your Excellencies, Nigeria strengthens international collaborations, regulatory frameworks, and reforms to drive transparency, efficiency, and economic prosperity in the petroleum sector. You're welcome, Mr. Honorable Minister. Next, the latest This Day and Arise Group Chief Executive Officer of the Year awardee, Chief Commission Executive of Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Engineer B. Benga Komolafe. Please a round of applause for him. Born in 1963 in Ondo State, holds a degree in engineering, industrial and labor relations, industrial and production engineering, and law. With a distinguished career in Nigeria's oil and gas sector, he has held key executive roles, including Pioneer Chief Executive Officer of the Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, and leadership position at NNPC, PPMC, PF, and PPPRA, a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and recipient of multiple national professional honors. He is widely respected for his expertise, leadership, and contributions to the industry. Please a round of applause for him. He's seated already. You're welcome, sir. We have the chairman of OPEC, Board of Governors, here with us, Mr. Ademola Adeyemi Bero. Please a round of applause for him as he also joined our panelists. He is the Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of First Exploration and Petroleum Development Company Limited, First E&P. Ademola Adeyemi Bero is a seasoned energy industry leader with 38 years of experience, serving as the founder, Chief Executive Officer, and Managing Director of First E&P. He also represents Nigeria as Governor of OPEC and chairs his Board of Governors, playing a key role in shaping global energy policies with a distinguished career spanning Shell, BG Nigeria, and various leadership boards. He is recognized for his strategic vision, industry expertise, and commitment to sustainable energy development. You're welcome, sir. Next up, the Chief Executive Officer, Seplat Nigeria PLC, Roger Thompson Brown. Please a round of applause for him as he joins our panel. Mr. Brown, the Chief Executive Officer of Seplat Energy PLC since August of 2020. Previously served as the CFO, where he played a key role in the company's dual listing as the Nigerian and London stock exchanges. With over 30 years of experience in finance and emerging markets, he has led major energy and infrastructure transactions across Africa. His expertise in M&A, capital markets, and asset acquisitions have significantly expanded Seplat Energy's presence in Nigeria oil and gas sector. You're welcome, sir. Udi Intia, Executive Vice President Upstream of NNPC Limited. Udi Intia holds an MBA and a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering with certifications from top international institutions with over 2 decades of experience in the upstream oil and gas sector. He specializes in strategy operations, engineering, and logistics, having held leadership roles in ExxonMobil. He is a professional member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Society of Petroleum Engineers, and the Council of Registered Engineers of Nigeria. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, will present to us our panelists for this section. Thank you very much. Over to our moderator, our Managing Director. Thank you.
Hello. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. MC. And thanks very much for my distinguished panelists. As you agree with me, the creme de la creme and the movers and shakers of the Nigerian petroleum industry are seated here with us. I think for a lot of people, they will wonder why is Heirs Energies doing this? I think as a country, we are seeing a lot of shifts. One shift is the fact that we have been able to turn around the season of decline to one of growth. As it was reported a few days ago, for the month of January, Nigeria produced 1.7 million barrels. The second shift we are seeing is that with the completion of the major divestments that have just come through, midwifed by the SCCE, we are now looking at a situation where over 50, possibly 60% of Nigeria's oil production are now operated by indigenous companies. And for a lot of people, there's trepidation that can we deliver? There's also optimism that we can deliver. Heirs Energies has been one of those companies that has stood strongly for growth, as demonstrated by the growth we have achieved in our company by doubling production since we took over the asset. As we embarked on our second leadership forum, where we bring our entire leadership to discuss the way forward for our company, we felt that being a child of the Nigerian petroleum industry, we needed to bring all the parties together to discuss the growth of the industry. And just like Nigeria is trying to accelerate its growth, we also have our motto for this our leadership forum being growth accelerated. So in that light, we felt it was important to bring together the industry to start talking about the growth. For now that it is us, industry, indigenous industry, that is in control of a larger proportion of the production, we have to power it, we have to own the challenge, and we have to deliver to the Nigerian people. So thank you very much for your audience, and thank you very much for my distinguished panelists who took out of their very busy schedules to honor our invitation. So let me start with the Honorable Minister. Sir, we've achieved 1.7 million barrels of oil per day, a growth, significant growth over the past few months. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are curious, where did the growth come from? And what are the learning points from this growth we have seen that will underpin the way forward? Given that the new national targets that have been set is for 2.1 million barrels of production, of oil production in 2025, and 2.7 million barrels of oil production for 2027.
Thank you very much, for the opportunity, to be part of this panel. Let me, on behalf of the Minister of Petroleum Resources, express our gratitude to Heirs Holdings, or Heirs Energies, for providing this platform for us, to engage. When I became minister, we're producing about 1 million barrels. Today, we're doing about 1.8. In January, we produced 1.8 million barrels. Kawalafe, the CC of NUPRC is the one who has the statutory authority to report what we produce, on a daily and a monthly basis. And he has the responsibility to, send reports to me. And the report I have is that we have approximately 1.8 million barrels in January. It is true that, the budget of 2025, is predicated on 2.06 million barrels a day. And I want to assure Nigerians that this is doable. I've always told people that when I came, one of the briefs I got was that during COVID, we got 2.5 million barrels. And one of the reasons why we're achieving what we're achieving is because for about 12 years, over a decade, there was no investment. But when we came, we have changed the perception about Nigeria. So investments are coming in. We've also improved on the security situation in the Niger Delta. And I want to use the opportunity to thank our military, Nigerian military, the paramilitary, and civilian contractors. The combined effort of these, stakeholders have led to, less infractions on our pipelines, less theft, less pipeline vandalization, and we're, experiencing an increase in production. We've also, carried out some reforms in the system. Under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who, has provided strategic leadership for the oil and gas industry, we have, taken care of the issue of bureaucracy. Before now, you must know the minister or somebody knows the minister before you know your documents are signed. Right now, you don't need to know me before your documents are signed. Once, I get the recommendation from NUPRC, statutorily, no document stays on my table for more than 24 hours. I sign it, and then we'll move to the next level. And I guess some of you who are here can be a witness, to that. We've also addressed, the issue of inefficiency. We're deploying technology today. You recall that NUPRC, that the OPEX, regulatory body, has also deployed technology. I've had occasion, to take some memos to council where we should deploy technology to be able to, tackle, issues affecting upstream. Before now, everything was done manual. We couldn't monitor real time what was happening in our terminals. We couldn't monitor real time when permits will be given. Right now, NUPRC gives, he will speak for himself. Let me not mention NUPRC, he will speak for himself. But the point is that technology has also been deployed, to ensure that, we reduce the corruption that's, has existed, in that sector in the past. Let me also say that there is also increased collaboration. I have operate an open door policy where OPTS comes to me, IPPG comes to me, and whatever we do as far as, moving the sector forward is based on consensus. We sit together, we disagree to agree. And at the end of the day, all of us, will agree and then come up with common, positions that will, improve the sector. And that's one of the reasons why you get less complaints. You can see, Shell and the IOCs, recently decided to invest in Bunga, that has been in the pipeline for a long time. It's because we've been able to engage ourselves, we have agreed, and more investments will come. So that our quest, to getting 2.7 million barrels by 2027, will just be an easy, ride. Let me also say that, for me, the president has done so much by the executive orders that he signed. Before, now, a contract in the oil and gas sector may take as long as 3 years. But when the president came, the executive order was signed to say, look, it shouldn't be more than 6 months. You also agree with me that contract below, $10 million is now within, the exclusive, power of the operators. We also discovered that most of the contracts that were delayed for 2-3 years were below $10 million, that needed NAPIM's approval. But the president by executive order said anything below $10 million should be within the powers of the operators. That itself has been a game changer. The reason why we are doing 1.8 today is because of some of these reforms that we have experienced, today. And so, going forward, we are willing to sustain, the gains that we have made and improve on what, we have done so far. Let me thank you for the opportunity once again, for me to be here.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Very robust answer. 2 million barrels is possible, and there's lots of things that have been done, tangible things to let us know that the 1.7 that has been achieved lays the foundation for going forward. Let me come to our dear CCE. I recall the meeting you called to launch the 1 million barrels additional project. And there